Ladies and gentlemen, I say it every single time we feature them on this channel. I hate the Beastmen. I just, oh my god, I just despise them so much in the they're so good. Like, it's just painful how good this faction is. The Beastmen are on one side today. I just every single time I just lay eyes on this faction, I just sigh. But on the other side, we have the vampire counts, ladies and, or not the vampire, oh my goodness, the vampire coast. We have the vampire coast over here. You can see them. They have their sea-born creatures here. And they're ready to engage in combat today. If you guys are looking forward to this one and would like to see more like it in the future, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit the like and sub button here. But let's get rolling into this one. So you can see that this battlefield definitely has a major choke point right here. You can see that the Vampire Coast is setting up to defend said choke point. And the Beastmen are going for a full-blown charge up the gut here. I mean, they are charging forward. The Beastagore herd are leading said charge, and they are going full steam ahead in this one today, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a very, very, very good one. The cannons, unable to fire because of the slope of this hill, are having to turn their focus on... I don't know what they're turning their focus on, actually. But the first of the fight has already kicked off. We have some Razorgore chariots going against some zombie pirate deckhands and some deck gunners. These chariots were probably going after the deck gunners, but... the Halberdiers doing a great job at stopping those units. And speaking of some more horse-drawn units, or horse-backed units, we have some Centaurs pushing up on this flank as well to kind of start to harass the front lines of the pirates. And we can see that the front lines have indeed begun to be engaged. Across the front, we see that the zombies are beginning to charge downhill here. Some excellent chariots in the back lines. And things are getting spicy. Things are getting very spicy. The pirates need to get these guns shooting, though. They cannot have their pirate gunnery mob just sitting stationary. And they need to get these cannons firing. They need to get them set up like where these Lamprey's Revenge are, to get them to at least fire down on some of these archers and stuff in the back, or even just start to take pot shots at those Kygors, because we know that those Kygors are just as good in melee as they are in their throwing skills. But across the front, we begin to see that the Giants are pushing forward as well. We saw one just a second ago engaging in the fight. But across the front too, we are starting to see that the Beastmen are just slicing through the front lines. I mean, look at this. Already engaging with some deck droppers here. Absolutely horrendous for the vampire pirates here, as these units are just pouring through like it's nothing. I mean, it is just a slaughter right now for the vampire counts, or oh my goodness, I keep saying the vampire counts, but for the vampire coast. And they need to do something to regroup here. They have committed they've committed two of their generals. The third one is still sitting back a little bit, but that is because he is a pistol and he is getting tossed by some Minotaurs now. The Minotaurs are getting shredded, though, very, very quickly by this Gallows Giant here. The Colossus himself engaging hard in this fight. But yeah, no, things are kind of proceeding just as you would have thought that they would in this front line. I mean, look at this. The cannon crews have dumped their cannons and have engaged in melee combat. That's how bad things are starting to get here. Yeah, you never want to see cannon crews dumping combat, especially this early on in the fight. I mean, this early on in the fight, for them to be dumping their cannons is absolutely horrendous. And that is something that you just never want to see. Look at this giant. He just does not care about anything. Look at this man. Just bonk. Just bonk. But this battle is continuing here. The zombie pirates are starting to turn this right flank. You can see it here. And they are starting to commit their Lamprey's Revenge to further push down this right flank of the center. They have lost the left flank, but the right flank is going greatly in their favor. And if they keep carrying this momentum, especially with the Gallows Giant here, things could go very strongly in their favor. But the Gallows Giant is currently being focused down. And here it is, the cannon fire, like I said, starting to focus down those Kygors in the back, which is an excellent target. Even any chip damage will be big here. Do I expect any of these guys to die? No. But they are already almost at a combined 100 kills, and it is just going to continue to go up by the second. This Gallows Giant does need to commit into melee combat here if they do want to save this left flank. Well, actually, the left flank's already gone, but that's completely... Oh, my God. That dude just got flung by this giant. Oh, he gets flung again. But yeah, the left flank has completely shattered for the vampire pirates. The right flank is still holding, and they're even making up a little bit of ground here. But with the left flank completely collapsing all at once, they are going to have their hands full if they are going to want to swing the tide of this battle, especially as now their cannons do get harassed by some Centaurs, and they are now cycle charging those cannon crew, and that's going to be just about the end for it there. What are you doing? Absolutely nothing. You are doing nothing to help your faction right now. You have 0 kills and continuing to just stand there. Absolutely useless. What is happening back here? Oh, it's another Gunnery White just getting bullied by some Minotaurs. But the Beastmen now, the balance of power slowly shifting in their favor. The Kygors continuing to just hurl stones well over the combined 100 total that I was talking about earlier. And now they are starting to push up to go into that melee fight. What do we got here? 45 kills, 74 kills, 64 kills. So they are actually nearing the 200 mark, if not already surpassing it. Oh my God, that would have been a crazy throw. But one of the generals do go down for the vampire coast there. You see that? I caught myself that time. And another one is already in critical binding. So that is going to spell the end for 2 of the generals here. The last one of the Beast Lords, though, is about to go down to the Necrofax Colossus. So if he does end up dying here, that would be massive for the vampire coast. But it does not believe that they have the infantry might to continue to hold on in this one. Yeah, no, they just didn't quite have the gusto in this one that the Beastmen had. And again, the Beastmen are just so good. Just such a good faction. Have a lot of depth when it comes to a lot of different places. Their biggest worry, though, probably is their missile units. I mean, they just have, what, this Ungor Raiders? Yeah, mainly the Ungor Raiders and these Kygors. But, I mean, look at this. Just look at this rock. Wham! Friendly fire central. Let's go, baby. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna call this one in favor of the Beastmen here. I mean, at this point, there's no shot that the Pirate Coast can pull it back. So I'm gonna have to call this one here. And I would just like to say, I'd like to thank you guys all so much for watching this episode. Oh my goodness. If you guys did enjoy this one and would like to see more like it in the future, of course, let me know in the comment section down below, guys. It means a lot to me. Hit that like and sub button. And of course, I will see you all next time. Peace.